friends, and welcome back to the channel. With me today is Brandon Curry with El Silencio. Brandon, welcome.
Thank you so much, man. It's great to see you and it's a pleasure to be here.
It's really nice having you, for sure. Mezcal and coffee. What a delicious pairing, right?
You know, I gotta say, like, whenever we go down to Oaxaca, it really is the lifeblood of that whole experience, right? Like in the morning, you're gonna have a Café De Ojos, which is coffee that's been steeped in cinnamon and piloncillo, which is like a hardened dark sugar. And then at night, it's typically carajillos with mezcal. It really keeps us going during those late night experiences, right? So it is a pairing that was meant to be showcased, and I'm happy to be a part of this, man.
Yeah, and I mean, it's fall time, so I think there's no better season, right, to really get, you know, warm with mezcal and coffee.
Yeah, really brings us to my favorite holiday,
right?
Which is Dia de los Muertos.
Of course,
right?
Of course.
So it's always had a very special place in my heart, you know, with the industry and remembering people who have passed and friends and family, right? But in Oaxaca, it's so much more than just like remembering a single person, right? You build an ofrenda, and it could be, you know, several family members, or it could be close friends or loved ones, but it really is a way to remember the people that you love the most. The lore behind that is actually the way that you remember someone allows them to come back and revisit the land of the living during Dia de los Muertos. So it really has like a spiritual element to it too. So, I mean, the Alebrije on our bottle is really an homage to Dia, right? So Alebrijes are the guardians of the gateway from the land of the dead back to the land of the living, right? So they ferry the souls back during Dia, and it's only for those 3 days that those souls are allowed to come back. So the Alebrijes are very like sacred in the lore in Oaxaca. So it was very important for us to have that as part of our story.
Great. So we are going to make some delicious coffee cocktails today with El Silencio Mezcal. And the first up is the Margarita Negra. This version has mango, which is obviously very vibrant and a beautiful flavor in Mexico, especially tropical fruit.
Yeah.
And it pairs greatly with the tropical fruit that is coffee. All right, so to make the mango Margarita Negra, we're gonna go ahead and get started with 1 fresh ounce of lime juice.
We're gonna do a 1/2 ounce of agave.
And then we'll do a 1/2 ounce of mango puree.
One ounce of El Silencio espadín.
And then 1 full ounce of Mr. Black Cobra liqueur. Add our ice. And shake. Then we'll go ahead and strain this cocktail directly in an old-fashioned glass with some fresh ice. And garnish. Well, we had a blood orange.
We did have a blood orange garnish.
And blood. I mean, gore, guts, Halloween, Dia. Why not? We did it.
And you know, I did not expect it to be so flavorful. Like you know, I think when you think about the cocktail conceptually in the beginning, you're like mango, coffee, and mezcal. I don't really know if this is gonna work, but it really does pop on the palate. Like, it's such a beautifully balanced cocktail.
I knew it, but only because I use coffee and mango a lot, so I knew that. I just knew that the smoke flavor would work.
To me, I'm thinking like refreshing and bitter, but also,
Well, I think it's always a mind meld for people to add citrus to coffee cocktails.
Yeah.
People just have this idea that that's not gonna taste good, and it actually really does. If you can balance, just like anything, if you balance the drink correctly and you know how to build flavor components, then it's gonna sing no matter what you do.
And it really does. It
cool.
does sing.
Awesome. I'm glad you like it.
So our next cocktail is the Black Magic. It is a play on a Negroni, which is one of my favorite cocktails.
Yeah, a Negroni with mezcal even it makes it even better, right?
It's dangerous.
To get started, in an old-fashioned glass, we'll add
1 full ounce of El Silencio espadín.
And 1 full ounce of Mr. Black Cobra liqueur. 1 full ounce of Cynar.
So once those are added, you're gonna wanna add your ice, stir. Garnish with an orange peel, and slowly but surely enjoy.
I might do it quicker. This cocktail is one of my favorites for sure. It's just so good. It's got everything I love in a cocktail, right? It's bitter, it's still very boozy, you get the smoke element.
It's incredibly balanced.
Yeah, there's like enough acidity to cut through the sweetness that's found in both the Cynar and Mr. Black. It's really good.
It's honestly one of my favorite Negroni roasts.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful.
The Black Magic. Enjoy. Great, so we have one last cocktail today.
We do.
Brandon, you want to walk us through that?
Yeah, this is actually one of my favorites. And it really is sort of like when we're down in Oaxaca, it really is the best way to get your day started, right? So it's good. It's a play on Café De Ojos, which is traditionally Oaxacan coffee that is steeped with piloncillo and cinnamon. And it is absolutely amazing, invigorating, and it really, whatever hangover you might have had from the night before, it's gonna cure it.
Right.
But in this case, what we did is we made a piloncillo syrup, which is equal parts piloncillo and water by weight. And then we throw in 3 cinnamon sticks on that, let that steep for 10 minutes, just below boiling. I like to keep it around 180. So you have your syrup. 1 ounce of Mr. Black. One ounce of El Silencio. Three-quarter ounce of the piloncillo syrup. And then we're gonna top that off with Oaxacan coffee. And we're gonna top that off with whipped cream.
Fresh whipped cream, yeah. It's an old bartender's secret, just to grab a cocktail shaker, add some heavy whipping cream. You can even add a little, just like a pinch of salt and a little bit of sugar syrup if you'd like to sweeten it up. But I like it just as it is, the fresh whipped cream. Throw that into a cocktail shaker and then shake very hard. Because it's around Halloween and Dia de los Muertos, what are we garnishing with today?
We are gonna garnish with a couple of eyeballs.
Why not? Little googly eyeballs staring back at you.
Exactly.
But this is tasty too, right? A nice hot coffee, mezcal drink. Yeah, it's delicious. Give it a try.
And it really is perfect for this season.
The last thing we do want to talk about, it's not a cocktail per se, but it's just equal parts, right? 50-50.
It is. Yeah, 50-50 El Silencio Mr. Black. And
Salud.
it's absolutely delicious. Salud.
Yeah, see, this is like everything great about all 3 of those cocktails whittled down to its just most basic essence.
Yeah,
It's quite
it's
delicious.
absolutely amazing. A little bit of bitter, a little bit of smoke, a little bit of acid. It's just perfectly balanced shot.
Cool. Well, thank you, Brandon, for coming. This has been awesome.
Thanks for having me.
Anything fun going on with El Silencio that we should know about?
We are in the final phase of the build out for Casa Silencio, just outside of Oaxaca City. And we cannot wait to host you down at the new Palenque.
Very nice.
Yep.
Well, thanks everybody for watching. And until next time, be well, drink great coffee, and
great mezcal.
Yeah, and be good humans.
Salud.
Thank you so much for watching. Follow us at Mr. Black Spirits on social media. Leave a comment in the comment section down below on a video you might want to see in the future. We'll be updating every other Friday. And click all over the screen for more great content. Cheers, y'all.